What's up? It's your boy Brian Ash, aka the Handsome Fister. Yes, this is some Monday motivation for you. I posted something on Facebook today that I was a little shocked didn't get more response, either good or bad. No response, either good or bad. So I had said something along the lines of instead of chasing dead presidents, chase your dreams because the real ROI is happiness. ROI meaning return on investment. So, story time. Story time. This is about me. This one's about me. So, for the majority of my life, I have chased a paycheck. I wanted to make as much money as I possibly could. Right. So, for instance, my music career struggled and was hurt by my motivation for money instead of chasing the passion of the music. I actually made music that I didn't like and wasn't about me because I thought it would make me money. So back in 2010, when I was in the midst of recording The Prodigal Son, 2010, it came out in 2012. Remember that. Started in 2010, came out in 2012. So I was working for a company, a fantastic company, a great company. I was a contractor, though I was just a contingent worker. So I was like a pay for hire. So when they needed help, they would call us. Now, granted, I did a lot of good work for them. So I worked for them as a contractor for 7 years. 7 years. And during this time, I was still chasing my dream of hip hop and music and entrepreneurship. Like I owned my own record label. I owned my own publishing company. I owned my own writing company with my partner, Silas. We were all co-owners of all of that. And even before that, I worked with some other people. I signed a contract saying I wouldn't talk about it or would never take any credit for it. And granted, they didn't do anything while I was there, and now they're doing some big things. So, shout out to you guys. And you know who you are. If you watch this, you are going to know who I'm talking about. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Ups and downs, everything. We beefed, and we squashed it last year, and I'm proud of you. Just so you know, I just want you to know I'm proud of you. You're doing positive things, brother, and I'm proud of you. One of these days we'll get together and we'll laugh about it. So anyway, back to the story. So it was 2010. I had recorded one or two, maybe three songs on the album, and then the company had asked me to go to Mexico. And I was like, all right, cool, yeah, I'll go to Mexico. Ain't no big deal, because it was either Mexico or get laid off. And so, I can't afford to be laid off, so I went to Mexico. Now, what you might think is, well, you did what you had to do. But no, I didn't, because there was other work available to where I could have kept chasing my dreams, but it didn't pay as much as the money I was making. So I chased the dead presidents and went to Mexico. And we had started developing a little bit of a buzz before I went to Mexico. Like, people were talking about us. We were doing big things. We were in the clubs every night. Everyone was talking about the labels, the one prior to the one that I owned with Silas. So everyone was talking about what we were doing, and we were making some noise. People were getting interviews and paper, radio, all that stuff, even including me. And so I went to Mexico. I ended up staying there for 4 or 5 months straight, and would come back for a weekend. And I wouldn't. I mean, I'd go to the studio, but it wasn't like, it was more just to play around and to finish Enter Silas Rage with Silas. And then fast forward to like the end of 2011, So now, granted, I've been sitting on this project, few songs recorded, no real mix, no real master. And so I had took some time off to record the album. So we recorded the album, and then I had to go back to Mexico. So I went back to Mexico, did that. Everyone's mixing and mastering, and I'd come home on weekends and clean up some verses and all that fun shit. And but when I put the album out, it like flopped because I wasn't out there. Like, I wasn't putting myself out there because I was chasing money instead of chasing the dream. And so because I chased the money instead of chasing the dream, it affected album sales. And it's not that the project was bad. It's not that I didn't put my heart and soul into the project. It's just that I didn't give the people what they wanted or deserved. So, with that being said, it struggled. Um, Barely made the money back that we put into it, and it was real. It was a difficult pill to swallow. It was a very hard pill to swallow, um, and it discouraged me so much that I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna go to work, be a normal dude, work my 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day out of town, make all this money, buy a beautiful house, brand new cars, nice clothes, new computers, new tech, new phones every year. And but my happiness wasn't there. It was like a temporary release, and there was a lot of people in my life that were um, telling me that I was doing the right thing, and anytime I'd get upset or get discouraged, that I wasn't, making music and chasing my dream, I'd just go do something. Like, I'd go like buy a new computer or buy a new PlayStation or buy a new controller or a new monitor or a new phone, new car. Like the temporary joy in order to um, make myself feel better about myself. When in all reality, I was dying because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, which was make music. Not to make music to make money, but to make music because I love to make music. And so a couple years ago, roughly 2017, Silas Rage put out Purification. Um, and he had called me one day before it was done. I didn't even know he was working on an album. And he was like, "Hey, yo, dude, what did we do to put Enter Silas Rage out and the Prodigal Son out?" And so, we had talked, and I had told him what we had did and how we had did it. And he's like, "All right, cool, cool, cool. How much does it cost?" And so I looked it up, and I told him, I'm like, "You know what, dude? Merry Christmas. I'm gonna buy it for you. I'm gonna put it out for you. You just fill out all the shit, and I'll pay for it." So I paid for it, did it for him, and then me and him were talking, and he's like, "So when are you going next? When are you making your next project? When are you doing you?" And I was like, "Oh man, it's 2017. I ain't been in the studio, or no, 2017, 2018, whatever year it was. I ain't been in the studio since 2013. Like, I can't go. I can't do it." And then whenever motivation would strike or inspiration would strike, I would be like, "All right, yeah, 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 I'm down. Let's do it." I would call producers, I'd call studios, and I'd start reaching out, reaching the fingers out to see what people were doing and see who wanted to help and who wanted to be a part of the project. And then internally, in my inner circle, I would get discouraged every time on doing that. Like, "Oh, you don't waste the money on that. Um, your last album didn't do anything. Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to spend the money? Why do you want to go through that again? Like, you're too old to be going to the bars and clubs and performing. Like, you just shouldn't do it." And because I believe what everybody else said, I didn't do it. And then March of 2018, um, a tragedy happened in my life, and I had to come to Jesus. So in September of 2018, last year, I quit my job, and I got another job. Granted, it's actually a better job, better position, but I'm home every night. I'm home 90, between 80 and 90% of the time. I'm home. So that's when I started the YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, I started the In the Trades YouTube channel, and I started streaming Call of Duty gameplay. Just shit that I love. But at the same time, like, there was still something missing in my world. And then after a lot of like internal debating, now personal internal debating at this point, I decided that, yeah, I need to do it. I need to make another project. And I don't even care if it makes money. It's not even about the money. It's about the happiness. And it's about doing what I like to do. It's about venting. It's about doing this, that, and the other thing. So I recently started reaching out. And so, anyway, the moral of the story is my biggest mistake was three things. A, listening to what other people said I should do, because nobody knows what's better for you than you. Number two, because of number one, I started doubting myself and doubting my abilities. And number three, the main basis for this video is I was chasing dead presidents instead of happiness. I was chasing dead presidents instead of chasing my dreams. So now that I've come to that realization that, yeah, I love money. Money makes the world go round. You can't do anything without money. But if I would just live simpler, then I could afford to live a life and chase the dream at the same time. Because now, at this point in time in my life, I do not give one fuck what anybody thinks of me. Anybody's opinions of me doesn't fucking matter. I don't care about driving the sweet race car because I think people will like it. I'm not going to drive the big truck because people think that, oh, look at that badass truck. No. I'm not going to live in the big house that I don't need, that I don't use half the space in, because I think that's what I should be doing. My mindset was fucked up. My mind was fucked up, and I let everybody else determine what was in my motherfucking mind. And I stopped chasing my dream. And so I've lost 6 years of chasing my dreams because I was listening to what other people thought I should do. 6 years. So when I'm in the studio, there's a lot of rust. I'm fumbling words. I'm doing a lot of crazy dumb shit that normally I wouldn't have done in the past. So I'm trying to get this project done by my birthday in August because I'm struggling. For real, I'm struggling. But we got a lot of dope concepts. I'm a lot smarter now about songs and writing songs and concepts and stuff like that. So with all the other turmoil that's going on in my personal life right now at the moment, I am in the best mindset that I've ever been. I am happier than I've ever been because I'm removing all the negativity and I'm chasing dreams and I'm not chasing dead presidents anymore because it's about my happiness and my life and what's best for me and what's best for my children. Like, so my children won't go without by me chasing my dreams. They won't. My family won't go without because I'm chasing my dreams. Actually, I think that they're gonna actually get more of me. For real, they're gonna end up getting more of me because I'm gonna be able to. Because I'm home locally more often, and so once once all the negative energies and vibes are out of my existence, they're gonna get the best of me. My family's gonna get the best of me. They're gonna get a happy me. They're gonna get a workaholic me, but not just a workaholic at my job. A workaholic chasing my dreams because I think I don't know if this is true or not. So girls, boys, if you watch this, comment and let me know if I'm right or not with this next comment. But you guys realize that I'm not the same when I'm not making music or when I'm not chasing dreams or chasing goals. And I also think that they look at me like not a failure, but they look at me like, Dad stopped chasing his dreams. What's the point in chasing mine? And I don't want that for them. I don't want them to think that they can't chase their dreams because I had stopped for 6 years. So this time around, I'm going to go extra hard. I'm going to do more. I'm going to do more marketing. I'm going to do more promotion. I'm going to do more vlogs. I'm going to do more streams. I'm going to make more songs. I'm going to do all this stuff to prove that you should never stop chasing your dreams. It's not about money. It's about happiness. So I'm going to close with this. Start chasing your motherfucking dreams and stop chasing dead presidents, because happiness is the real return on investment. It's your boy Brian Ash, aka the Handsome Fister. Peace.